you're thinking of moving to Southwest Florida, you're going to want to watch this video, because in it I'm going to go over the top 5 tips for living in the Fort Myers, Cape Coral area. So what's first? Simple. The weather. Why does everyone move down here? Weather. Well, you need to be able to embrace it. That's tip number 1, is embrace the weather. Right now, you know, it's morning time. I'm sitting under my tiki hut. I got a fan going. Kind of keeps it a little cooler, gives you shade. Things you're going to notice living down here is people might park farther away from the entryway to someplace, but because there's shade. All right, trying to keep that car cool, sunshades, tinted windows, that's a common thing. But wearing just clothing for it. You know, it's pretty common being flip-flops and shorts most of the time. Short sleeve shirt. If you've seen other videos of mine, I do have like long sleeve fishing shirts that are lightweight, but also keeps the sun off your skin. So if you can embrace that weather, that's going to help drastically, because it does get warm, but at the same time, it's sun shining almost every single day, right? Tip number 2 is check out the beaches. That's why you're down here, right? The weather. Going hanging out at the beach, it's one of those activities where you could probably sit and do nothing and have the time of your life, because it's just that environment of the water rushing up, the nice beach, you know, looking for seashells. If you got kids, it's funny, you know, we've got a playroom, right, full of toys. We go to the beach with a shovel and a pail and just digging around, playing with sand. Maybe they bring a couple of toys. The kids are so entertained by it, right? But get out to these beaches, right? While you're there, you can always be fishing from the shore. If you enjoy boating, I myself do. I enjoy fishing and boating, so I try and get out there. I don't do as much as I'd like, but it's really nice having that opportunity and the availability to do that on a regular basis due to the weather that we're down here. So make sure you're embracing that weather. You're getting out to the beaches. You know, if you never visit them, maybe sometimes that heat can be unbearable, but really taking advantage of the amenities that we have here is what makes it all worthwhile. Number 3 is understand the real estate market. I think that's key for it, because there's a big difference between living in a coastal area and living in the center of the state. It's all in what you want. A lot of people live in the center of the state. Some of them actually have land, and that's why. Maybe they got farms, you know. Obviously, land becomes more expensive the closer you get to a coastal area. But however, you're farther away, so maybe you're not going to be able to go as much. So why are you moving here? Do you want to be by the water? Do you want the land? Do you just want the weather? I think it's really important to understand that, because that kind of determines, you know, what you want. You know, I personally would like to have easier access to the Gulf. You know, it's a canal behind me. This is a freshwater, so I can't get to it. Great view. We can do some bass fishing right from the backyard, and actually, I don't know if any of these videos caught it, but there was a nice gator swimming by earlier. When I came out, I saw him swimming, so I was like, oh, okay. So you see a lot of wildlife, but I want that. So I'm looking myself for Gulf access, because I want to make it very convenient to be able to get out, do a little bit of fishing, but I still got other responsibilities and things that I want to accomplish, right? So biggest thing is understanding that real estate market also. Tip number 4 is enjoy the cultural scene. I'm not sure where you're coming from or if you've gotten out a lot, but down here we have a nice mix. Obviously that southern food, we have a lot of seafood dishes because it's fresh, and what's interesting is once you have fresh seafood, you're not going to tolerate anything else again. There's a huge difference with it, especially how I grew up. Considering what was good seafood, I definitely liked it a lot more, and I'll spend a little bit more to get it fresh than opposed to anything farm raised or bought in a store, because the quality of it is just amazing. But this area is just become a hodgepodge of different cultures, that if I want to go get Korean food, I can go get that. I can get Cuban food. I can go get Brazilian food. I can just go get a steak and a burger if I want. Fresh seafood from, you know, these places on the water. Definitely diving in and taking advantage of that, I think really puts a little extra, right, of why this is such an amazing area. Tip number 5, get involved in the community. I've learned it before, and you know, that's why I'm doing the real estate now. I got a few more years left of being a fireman, and it's almost like, what's your next mission, right? You always have to have something to go for. So you know, we're real busy, especially if you're raising kids and you have a job. However, you know, the kids get older, they move out. Maybe you're retired and you're looking for something. We need purpose. That's why I call it next mission, but you really need some type of purpose. So getting involved in the community, either coaching sports, just your neighborhood association, whatever it is, finding something that kind of gives you that extra purpose. You're not just sitting around waiting, right? I think that's the worst. You know, that's what COVID taught us, right? Sitting around, you're just like, this is horrible. I need to be doing stuff. I got to have stuff planned, and I want to work. I want to do things, right? So getting involved in community is an aspect that can help with that. And what's great is, especially if you like the outdoors, find something that does that. You know, find what interests you and just go chase that. And that's a lot of opportunities are down here. So I kind of gave you the top 5 tips that I think are great for living in the Fort Myers Cape Coral area. That being said, if you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, do me a favor, shoot me a text, give me a phone call, book a Zoom call, because I'd love to show you around town.